My name's Jackie Moon and I work at Yarra Valley Water as a senior graphic designer, and I've also co-founded Pride in Water with Brendan since 2019. So continuing on from what Brendan was talking about, what we're really proud of how quickly the momentum has built behind Pride in Water. What on the screen in front of you is just some snippets of what people have said about Pride in Water over the last year, and what we can say though is that we couldn't have done this alone. Pride in Water is a network that is for everyone, and our ultimate goal is that the water industry feels like this is a network that has been created for them. So continuing, one of our biggest priorities from 2020 was that we continue with our connection within the LGBTIQ employees, both within the industry and the broader community. So going forward, our roadmap for LGBTIQ inclusion with Pride in Water is to take on a number of projects. They include surveying the water industry to understand the experience of LGBTIQ plus staff, looking at cultural awareness training around LGBTIQ awareness, creating a resource hub, and many other things that we can talk to you about in the Q&A session after. Our key focus though is really encouraging water authorities to take on their own LGBTIQ plus inclusion journey and finding ways that we can work with them to do that. By doing this, we're building a strong culture of respect and inclusion and connection for LGBTIQ plus people throughout Australia in the water industry. We're raising awareness of LGBTIQ plus issues, both within the workplace and within the broader community. It allows us to share resources and experiences through the different organisations. And by working together as Pride in Water, we can promote better practice for LGBTIQ plus inclusion, provide support and guidance and mentoring, and create safe cultures and workplaces. And overall, we can connect LGBTIQ plus staff within the Australian water industry. Moving back into the Yarra Valley Water diversity and inclusion space, and just finishing off this presentation, we're really looking at what's next for Yarra Valley Water. So the key things that we're looking to for the diversity and inclusion space is looking at what is that transition to a hybrid workplace, and how can we support our people, and how can we create a positive experience as we understand flexible working and this hybrid space. We're also looking at how do we prioritise the actions that strengthen accessibility within the workplace. And another key driver is also looking at our Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander employment and learning strategies. We're also, in 2020, we started to review our condition of employment, which is our enterprise agreement in Australia, which is really looking at over the next 4 years, what are the key conditions that we can introduce for staff. Some of those included changing sick leave to now be worded as personal leave, and creating a dialogue around what that could look like, which could include reproductive leave, menstrual leave, and menopausal leave. We're also looking at what other leave entitlements would enhance that diversity and inclusion experience. So we've included in that condition of employment the sorry business or ceremonial leave for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander descendants. And we're also looking at gender affirmation leave for employees that work at Yarra Valley Water that identify as transgender, and how we can support them as a workplace to take that journey of gender affirmation. And another key goal is looking at our Gender Equality Action Plan, which is our 4-year action plan. And to finish off, we'd just like to say thank you for listening to our presentation, and